Hello, everybody, and welcome to our final scenario review for the Innsmouth Conspiracy. Today, we're going to be talking about, obviously, the final scenario, Into the Maelstrom. I'll say right now, we're going to talk about spoilers throughout this whole thing, so if you are concerned about spoilers, you might want to click away. We're going to be talking about, there might even be mentions of other scenarios as well. Who knows, as we have this open discussion. In this scenario, you are in Yoneth Lay, and you're basically going up against the big bads, which are Mother Hydra and Father Dagon. You need to unflood the area, and then you also might potentially get some other secret objectives as well, depending on how well you did in the campaign. Travis, I'm going to throw this one to you first. What do you think of the theme of Into the Maelstrom? How does it work or not work for you?
Theme-wise, I think it's pretty good. Not great, but it's pretty good. You start off in like the watery pool or whatever, and you work your way down into I think it's Yonafly, but um, the map does kind of feel like a big ruins where you'd have ancient ones sleeping, old ones sleeping. And it does feel like you're kind of going around trying to like break stuff.
Yeah. Actually, on that note, I love the one location that when you like get the last clue, it floods the area.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like the thing you're like, oh, here's the thing we need. You pull it out, and then just water comes rushing out.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I give this one like a 3.5, I think.
Yeah. I'll go for next. I'll continue on this one to go off Travis's points. The diving suit's really fun, right? Like, for once, you're like, oh, we've been in the water so many times. Now we're going really deep. We might as well be smart enough to bring a diving suit. And it kind of makes it so that, like, even though drowning on this one is actually particularly difficult, it is, like, nice to have that flavor of, like, oh, wow, we're going deeper than we thought we've ever gone before. And then as you get like to the sanctum, and you can use the different pieces that you found to take advantage of the sanctum in different ways, whether that be like setting up the auto turret defense system, or like, doing the sliding floor to move from room to room. I really like it, and I'm also with Travis. I think it's also just like thematically it does work for me. So I'm also going to go with a 3.5. What about you, Bryn?
Yeah, I think I'd give this one a 4. Um, like assuming that the flavor is breaking into someone's house at night, wrecking up the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do also love the auto turret. It has a very RoboCop feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, drop the weapon, and the fish guy's like, I don't even have a weapon. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna shoot you anyway.
If people don't know what we mean by the auto defense turret, it's the black key that you put on the location, and when an enemy enters it, they take 2 damage. You probably did know what we talked about, but just in case you don't. Yeah. Yeah, Travis and I played it, and we put like 8 damage on Dagon with that thing. It was fucking disgusting.
Yeah, we got right in the center of the map. It was kind of silly.
Yeah. All right, Travis, so for fun, what do you think of this one? Is it a fun scenario?
It's like a 3, I guess. Maybe another 3.5. It's definitely not bad. To jump ahead a little bit, this one is like piss easy.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of fun to just like style on Dagon and Hydra for a while. Yeah, you just kind of get to roam around and do what your deck intends to do. There's stuff for everyone to do.
Mm-hmm.
You get to really. Maybe I'll give this one a 4 actually, because like it does like really let you lean into the power fantasy of whatever character you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're getting clues, you get to go around and
get a lot of clues.
Yeah, you get a whole bunch of clues. If you have like movement tricks, you get to kite the enemies and all through like the auto turret and all around the map to keep your teammates safe. If you're a fighter, you can just go in there and like go toe to toe with Dagon or Hydra for a while to advance the objective.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall I think this one's a good time.
In our first playthrough, the memory of just you as Sister Mary and me as Silas being like, "Do you want to go in and beat the shit out of Dagon and Hydra?" And we were like, "Yeah, let's do it." Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's a very fun scenario. I also like I like a lot of the enemies too, because there's fun stories to make with them. There is the giant, scary Free Willy mutant with like arms and shit.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And he's honestly, he's scarier than Hydra and Dagon. Like, he's the scariest enemy that exists in that scenario because he's just so fucking big, and you can't trick him like you can trick the other people. There's also the brood of Dagon and Hydra that are like hey Dad, or like when they show up, they're like, oh, my dad's here and he's gonna beat you up, and we're like, no, not so fast.
They just get mowed down by the turret.
Yeah. And Dagon's like, my children. And I think that, yeah, what Travis said too, something I particularly enjoy in ARKHAM, every time it makes like the happy part of my brain happy, where it's like you're able to use the hunter keyword to your advantage and like, kite the enemies in certain ways. And this scenario is just absolutely loaded with that. Even when you get there, if Dagon is woken up from the get-go, it's also like, still very easy to take advantage of that. And even though I'm basically like Travis gave me the homework and said, but change it enough so the teacher doesn't know, I'm also just going to give this a 4, I think. What about you, Bryn?
I'm glad that Travis decided to change his 3.5 to a 4, so it doesn't look like I'm just taking Travis's score and adding 0.5. Because like I was also gonna give this one a 4. Like I do, it is. I have a lot of fun showing up to an old one scenario, and normally when you fight them, you're like, oh my god. Mm-hmm. Like maybe if we cobble everything together, we might be able to like squeak this through.
Yeah, you get like blasted to some random place in space, or he's like, you want the coin? And you're like, no.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but this time you show up and they're like, we're gonna kill you, and you're like, someone's gonna die. You're right about that part.
Yep.
All right. And that's just good. It's just a good time.
All right, so now to further, just so everyone knows, I'm not copying Travis. I'm going to write down my number here. Just so everyone knows, before Travis starts talking. Travis, what do you think of the difficulty is for Into the Maelstrom?
Why did everyone care about me copying me all of a sudden?
Just like it was very pattern forming. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah,
I give this one a 2 difficulty-wise. It is.
Fuck.
It is possible to lose it, but like as long as you play competently and you've done reasonably well in the previous scenarios, you got like a decent amount of experience, you're probably gonna get unending for this one.
Yeah.
There are also like the alternative endings. If I was going to give like the overall campaign, like to get the special ending, we have to get all the flashbacks. That's like a 5, but that's not this scenario.
Yeah, because that's the same thing I was gonna say too. It's like that is an entire Innsmouth Conspiracy thing. It's not just Into the Maelstrom.
I'm sure you were gonna say that, Justin. Yeah, it's not too hard. It's easy as far as final scenarios go. So.
Yeah, I in some of my recent playthroughs of this, I played it with you two, and then also with Lyle recently. And both times, like when we got to the end, and it was like, it's done. Yep, that's it. It's over. Because like our first time through, we got the actual secret ending, and then this time it's just like, no, it's over. It's over. You've unflooded the place, and Mother Hydra and Father Dagon just melt into dust, and they're like, we're gonna go back into the water. And it's over. It's very easy to get that ending. You could just get overwhelmed, but I think that this is just like... This one is very much in the player's favor, I think. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's fine because it's still very, as you can see, a fun experience. But I do think it is a particularly easy experience. What about you, Bryn? 2.5?
No, this one is not average difficulty. That's for damn sure. Like I might give this one like maybe a 3.5 on difficulty if like with the stipulation that we're playing with the worst decks out of the Madhouse series.
Okay, yeah.
But like yeah, no, if you know, like if you're playing decks that aren't some sort of stupid theme deck,
Mm-hmm.
this one's not hard at all. This one's probably like a 1.5, I think. There's like very rarely a part of this scenario where I'm like, shit, we might lose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Usually like the hard parts of this scenario are like, do I want to work with Eleanor Harper?
Yeah.
Like, do I want to do both of the things? Because that might be a little bit tough. Or yeah, like trying to do more than one of the things, or trying to get the perfect ending. But the perfect ending, it's like you guys said, it's not this scenario that makes that part difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the other ones.
All right, Travis. Overall, what do you think of Into the Maelstrom?
I give it like a 3.5. I don't feel like there's too much tension going into it like other scenarios. Show up, you're kind of like, yeah, we're probably gonna win unless something goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it is overall like a good time. I don't think I've played this and had a bad time playing it, so.
Yeah. I am also gonna give this a 3.5. Yeah, a little sus for sure. But it's not like it's not like one of the top ARKHAM scenarios for me, but I've never hated it, and I've actively also like enjoyed it each time I've played it. So to me, that like lives in the 3.5 range. Yeah, it's a good time. Basically, just what Travis said. Copy and paste it for my homework, please. Brian, what about you?
Yeah, I would also give this one a 3.5. Like it's not the greatest scenario in the game, but I've always had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Is that different enough from Travis's homework?
Yeah, it's different enough.
No, it's always kind of fun. It's always kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just not. It's not like one of the greatest scenarios of all time. Partly because it is like not very difficult, and if I'm playing a cooperative game and it's not kind of hard, why?
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is Innsmouth. Whoa, we've done it. Huge thank you to everyone who watched this episode, and to also all of our patrons. What do you think of Innsmouth Conspiracy and also Into the Maelstrom? Let us know in the comments, or if you have any questions or anything like that, please let us know. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and as always, GG's.